let's talk about flash, and this is going to be a very basic introduction to using flash on the camera. This demonstration is using the Nissan i40, which is a nice compact flash. It's not going to be so great if you're trying to take pictures of big groups of people, maybe at weddings where you're standing quite far back. I believe it has a rating of 40, so you're not going to be able to cast loads of light. But for single portraits, I find it complements the Sony mirrorless system extremely well. Basically, I'm going to begin this using TTL, so let's start with what that is. It's through the lens, and so what that does, it sends out a quick sort of pre-flash, if you will, and that sends the information back through the lens, TTL, and gives the camera the information about how bright to produce the flash. Manual, on the other hand, here is you telling it the flash all the way from 1 to 1 down to 1/256, which is a very small amount of flash indeed. So the only other thing is high-speed sync. Now that is a newer system, and luckily this flash does support it. High-speed sync is very useful for taking photos in bright sunlight, where if you're doing a portrait, they might have some shadows over their face if the sun is right above them, and you can use high-speed sync in order to fill in the face so it doesn't have them shadows. With it at the moment, my shutter speed is at 1/60th down here, and I'm not able to go any faster than that. But the trouble is, I'm trying to take a picture of Mr. Shooty Duck, and I'm stuck at f11 here because of the shutter speed. I really want to be down at 1.8, and for that I'm going to have a much faster shutter speed. So before we get into all the ins and outs of how we can adjust that, let's just start with the absolute basics, which is TTL set to 0 here and TTL here, and you'll see we have the flash icon down below on the A7R2 screen. So let's just take a shot and see what happens. Okay, so the flash fired at 1/60th. Let's have a review. And there you go, you can see that Mr. Shooty Duck is quite well lit there. So if you decide that Mr. Shooty Duck is too well lit, you can use this dial to simply go down to ease off that flash just a touch. So let's go 0.5 and go again. Let's have a look at the shot. Okay, so it certainly had some taken off, and let's go a little bit further just to see the complete effect of what this will do. Let's go to -2 and go again and review our image. Okay, let's go back. So this was our original image, as you can see, extremely well lit up. This was -0.5, and then this was -2. You can clearly see the difference when we're walking through them like that. So pretty easy stuff. I don't think it should cause you any issues playing around with this whatsoever. I quite liked sort of 0.5, maybe a -1 there. Let's just see how he looks at -1. Yeah, okay, excellent. Trouble is, I'm not getting my bokeh, and well, everybody knows I love a bit of bokeh. So let's see what we can do about that with some high speed sync. All flashes will probably be different, so I'm going to show you on this one. You can press this button here for 3 seconds and it will begin flashing this white LED here. So 1, 2, 3, and there we go. I am now flashing away. So I'm going to start going down now to where I want to be. Now, can you see the flash icon there on the A7R2? It's hard because the screen keeps going off. Keep an eye here as I'm scrolling down. Can you see HSS, high speed sync, and that shutter speed coming up. There we go, 1.8. okay, so let's go back to where we were. Let's just refocus because I moved the camera a bit, and let's go for a shot at that at 1.8, see what we get. So we'll look at the review. Wow, okay. So there you can see that we have introduced a ton of bokeh, which is glorious indeed. He's probably a little bit bright, so let's go down minus 1.5. Have another go. Okay, let's have a review. Okay, getting now. Obviously, you can see the shadows cast in this area. You know, this isn't an ideal test. It's just to give you a very quick and easy guide of how this basic setup works. But there is Mr. Shooty Duck in all his glory with a completely blown out background. Let's see if I can show you some bit more of the background. There you go, that complete separation. Okay, let's go back up and try a +2 just to see what happens in this situation. Here we go. Let's have a review of that. Oh, okay. Hey, yeah. So there you go. Let's review them. That was +2 versus that one. Clear difference. There you go. So that is a very quick and basic rough guide to some on-camera flash, particularly outdoors in the sun using high-speed sync. We're using the A7R2 today with the nifty 50, the 51.8, cheap and cheerful, 250 odd bucks, with the Nissan i40, which also isn't overly expensive either. Grab it, give it a try, and any questions, leave me a comment. As usual guys, it's been emotional.